All right, here we go, party people. Welcome to the watch party on the Hit List Network. I'm your boy, as a Kiwi.
And I'm Lydia.
And I'm Brian St. John.
I'm your girl, Lorena.
Yeah. Tonight I say the same thing, or we say the same thing every week. It's jam packed. It's blackety black. Tonight we're covering several topics. The first being tonight's episode of The Shy. Yeah, and then we're getting into Tijuana Jackson, Purpose Over Prison.
Yeah.
And then we're ending with the Queen Beyonce, Black is King. Yes, indeed.
It's blackety black
It's blackety black. But before we chop it up and get into the topics, I wanted to just address current events and what's going on, especially the Emmy nominations, the 72nd Emmy nominations, which the Emmys are happening on September 20th, I believe. And this is the first time it's been so many black nominations.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Wow. It feels like that year of the Academy Awards when it was the year of the Black Panther movie.
Yes.
It's so many awards. What y'all think? Are y'all excited?
Yeah. Very much so.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
I mean, it leaves you speechless.
Right.
You're speechless. Like, really? I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. My whole thing is after this year and Black Lives Matter and all the hype on everything that's happening this year, I'm just holding out to see what they do next year, because I feel like this year they're just like, okay, we're gonna give you all the Black awards this year, and then next year we're gonna go back to the way we were before. So that's my only thing. I'm just waiting to see. I'm excited about this year, very happy, but I'm waiting to see what happens next year with the Emmy.
Why do people say stuff?
I don't want it to just be a one-time thing.
Why do people say that? I don't understand why people always. It's like, let's just stay on this year and revel in the fact. I don't want, like, I hate when people do the addendum and it's like, but also this. No, this year is phenomenal. I want to see what happens this year. I want to see how many people take home the award this year. I want to celebrate all the achievements this year. Who cares about next year? Next year we'll deal with next year. Today, I want to deal with the nominations. Hello, RZA. RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan got nominated for an Emmy for the Wu-Tang Clan series for Best Musical Theme Song. Hello?
Hey, let's talk about the outstanding lead actor in a comedy series. You got Anthony Anderson for Blackish and Don Cheadle in Black Monday. I'm like, we got
Tracy Ellis Ross for Blackish.
Yes.
We got Kerry Washington, Little Fires Everywhere.
We got Paul.
And her co-star got X'd out of all, and she was in 3 shows that she got X'd out from. Reese Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon got shunned.
Oh.
No, she got nominated.
No, she did not. She was in 3 shows and she got shunned on all 3. It was all over the news.
Okay, while we're talking, where's our fact check? We had no fact checkers. Can someone fact check? I could have sworn I saw a nomination for Reese.
No, that was part of the thing that was in the news, that she got ousted for Little House on the Prairie.
Okay, well,
that's what I want to say.
Okay, well, sorry,
the one with Jennifer Aniston, because
Jennifer Reese got nominated. Woo. Sorry, not your year.
Yeah.
I like you, but woo.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
But no, it's just like, if ever I was able to attend an Emmy Awards, well, everything is virtual this year, but this is the one I want to go to. Like, this would have been the year just to be there, to be a fly on the wall, to see what it's like to be there, and everyone just in their element, and everybody turned up and drunk and just high-fiving each other from across the tables.
Yo, Sid, Netflix Netflix smashed the record for the most nominations of any network, studio, or streaming service with 160, breaking the record that HBO set last year. Netflix is blowing the
Netflix is on fire. Netflix is on fire.
Yes, they are. People still crap on Netflix and stuff. And I'm like, listen, they the ones that get their original content is popping. They're international films. International films. I mean, every time I go on there, there's another set of international films that are on, uploaded or whatever. I mean, phenomenal. So yes.
And Money Heist is picked up for the 5th and final season.
Oh my God, Money Heist. Money Heist. Okay. Speaking, just piggybacking on Netflix. Also, we got to mention that Netflix acquired all these different shows, all these classic Black shows. Okay, they acquired The Game, Sister to Sister, Girlfriends, The Parkers, Half and Half, One on One. Like,
I just want to cry.
Moesha.
I want to cry. You know how dope
the new generation, the next generation are going to learn about these shows, our classics. These people are getting their flowers.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I love it. I can't wait to binge on all of them.
And there's so many shows. Like, I love, like, let's take Half and Half, which is a show that, I watch everything. That was one of my favorites that I feel like a lot of people missed out on. So now they're going to be able to see it. Everyone knows Moesha or Girlfriends, but the smaller ones, Half and Half was just great. I wish I knew the lady's name. She played the mom in Half and Half.
Valerie Pettiford.
I fell in love with Valerie.
She's the bomb.
Oh my God. So watch party viewers, please watch Half and Half when it comes out on Netflix. Please. Okay. That's my current events for right now. Let's get into this night. Let's get into the Shy. Brian, kick it off for us. Give us a recap.
All right, so Ronnie grieves his grandmother while still playing detective. Emmett works on a new business moves with Dom by trying to evict Sonny from his restaurant. Keisha seems to have given in to a kidnapper, or has she? And Nina and Dre have some tension between each other over Keisha's disappearance. Politics pits Duba against Camille as Jake flexes his young ego against Duba. And Kevin tries to ignore Gemma, but she invites him over to the house to study. And that kind of changes his mood a little bit. So let's get into it.
Yes. The show opens up with a little memorial or a little repast for Grandma Miss Ethel, and which I think was beautiful. I didn't want them to just gloss over her death, especially after giving her a great send off last week. And Ronnie gave a little eulogy in the jazz club. So I thought that was great. What you think about that, Lorena?
I love the eulogy. I loved Ethel's character.
Yes.
And I really felt sad. And, when Ronnie was talking to his friends and he kind of opened up himself, like saying, like, you guys really helped me. And they're like, don't say that, you're going to make me cry. Like, I actually really felt his pain because he lost his grandma. And these two guys are like the only two people he has left in the world.
Yeah.
And then they tell him that they're moving. And so, I don't know. I really felt the eulogy, the scene. I thought they gave her a proper send off. And I was happy that Ronnie had that moment to also open up himself.
Right. Brian, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Lorena. I thought it was a great moment. The thing with Ronnie, though, is that liquor. He's
an addict. He's an alcoholic.
He's an addict, and he's grieving over his grandmother. And I think he thinks that socially he can still control drinking. And it took Emmett's mom to come into the restaurant to kind of set him in his place and let him know you're an addict. Like you're grieving, but you shouldn't be drinking. So I mean, I understand where he's at, but he's come such a long way that I don't want him to fall back into that, become that alcoholic. What it is? Fall off the wagon.
Yeah.
Is that what they say? Yeah, for him to fall off the wagon.
Right.
Brian,
because he's in a good place right now.
But you saw, Brian, that he listened to what she said, because when he went to talk to his friends, he had a cup of coffee. He said, I'm going to cry for the 14th time.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do.
And we saw with him being clear-minded and focused, he was able to find Keisha.
He's a beast. Yep.
Keisha, let's get into Keisha. Keisha has been found. Oh my gosh. I was like, okay, we talked about it last week. We had a bet. I won. I was like, how long do they expect to drag this out? I was like, come on, let's find Keisha. You know, it was Silence of the Lambs, and I'm like, I'm over Silence of the Lambs. Let's get to it. Let's find Keisha. And Keisha was like on the verge of committing suicide. She was like, when they said she's been gone for 2 months, I was like, oh my God, it's been 2 months within the span of the show. Oh my God.
Seems like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So he's been there. Okay. They zoom in on Keisha and the kidnapper. Was he sleeping with her? I'm confused. Was he having sex with her, Lydia?
You know what? I thought about that too. I wasn't sure, but I thought to myself, I think I kind of think that he might have had sex with her. But you're not 100% sure. But it was really creepy though. Like, I don't know. Why would he get in the bed with her like that and not, have sex with her? So
why would he kidnap her? Why would he do anything?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's along with what exactly, like, oh, he kidnapped her. I mean, he could just be obsessed with her and keep her there, but we know that that's usually not the case. That the person who's kidnapped is also getting sexually assaulted as well. So I think we can assume that.
Yeah, I think he did sleep with her. I do. I mean, the thing is that I think that based on Keisha's body language as well, I think that he assaulted her. I think he slept with her. That's why they had to run. It's probably routine, but running the STD test in the hospital. But I honestly think, because we hadn't seen him in the bed with her previously, and I think he's, he got comfy and he was like in the bed in his boxers with Keisha. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. I have to agree too, because at first I kept saying I was trying to figure out what the relationship was that he's trying to have with her until tonight. Because when it started and they were in the bed together, it was clear to me that he's been sexually molesting her. It was just too creepy. It
seemed like a process. He kidnapped her, then he was like, oh, I gotta clean you up. Let me clean you up. Oh, here are these clothes. I want you to wear these clothes. And then probably proceeded with sexually assaulting her. Like, it was a whole routine for him.
It's been 2 months. He has to have gotten something by now.
I you know what? It's only the scenes that involved Keisha's storyline tonight. I actually cried like 3 times today watching The Chi. And I really felt the acting, especially Nina, her mom. Like, I'm actually getting teary-eyed now. Like, I felt the scene when she was in her daughter's room, and she couldn't put stuff away, because that meant she was giving up hope. And I felt that, like, as a mom, like, how do you just say, we're going to say goodbye? Like, Dre was like, we need to say goodbye, but I'm not ready to say, like, what am I saying goodbye?
Right.
Right.
Well, I just wanted to get out a couple of my issues with the scenes with Keisha being rescued. I just felt that they glossed over it a lot within that particular scene where I wanted to see Keisha get away and reach out and call her mom or call someone. I wanted to see how the police were able to come. Like it seemed like when she got rescued, they fast forward everything.
They
and
did.
I needed to feel the gravity of that moment of her calling the police. And where are the police? Where are the cops in this show?
Look,
they taped out the area. It's like you saw the police.
No, but I mean, where's the detective? Where's the I wanted to did they kill? Is the guy dead? Did he
allow the story to develop? Now we're going to get into that probably next week.
I needed that in the moment.
It just
needed that. You can't gloss over that.
When she came out, okay, so when she came, let's talk about the issues.
Yes.
When she came out the house, once again, I was like, look, I know she's shocked.
The first time?
I know she's shocked. I know she's shocked. But I mean, why didn't she bolt out? She walked into the middle of the street and then it was cops. Okay, did she call? Did Ronnie call before he got in there?
Exactly.
Did the neighbor call?
Exactly. Because the nosy neighbors across the street watching. Right. I was waiting for her to get hit by a car.
No, seriously. So it was, yes, that part was like, wait, well, what happened? Who called the cops and why is she still moving slowly? Like, that was just my thing.
My issue was a number of things. The lead up. Dre and Nina have an issue. The same day, Nina kicks Dre out. I still believe my daughter is alive. You're not feeling my daughter being alive and this and that, and you want to pack boxes and this and that. The very same day, a few hours later, she gets discovered and found. Come on now.
In TV world.
It's too convenient.
So let me just tell you, that rescue, first of all, when Ronnie went to the back and conveniently there was like a crowbar in the garbage. So crowbar was in the garbage.
Who has a crowbar in the back?
Randomly in the garbage.
In the garbage in the back by my door so you can use it in case you want to break into my house. So he got in, right? And so Ronnie busts the door open. He don't know if the guy's there. Yo, Ronnie, the way he says Keisha when he looking for her, I be laughing. He was like, Keisha? I'm like, yo, be quiet, Ronnie. The man might be in there. I was actually.
And you happen to know that she was in the basement. That was the first door you went to. Was the basement door. You seem to know that house like you live there yourself. Like,
okay, again, Ronnie goes there alone. Doesn't tell anybody that he's going there. Not even his two best friends. No, he doesn't go with backup. He breaks into the man's house in the middle of the day.
After speaking to the neighbor across the street, mind you.
But I have another issue. First of all, okay, remember the first time she escaped? When she kicked her way out the door, it was a white door, and I don't remember fencing around the place. I don't know.
Well, like, it was dark. They didn't pan out for us to see the yard, so I don't remember. No, I gotta go back. Chrissy in the comments is here, and she's our fact checker. Chrissy, could you let us know if they made a mistake on the set? Was it the same set as before? Let us know.
That was my thing, because when he went into the fenced area, the backyard, I was like, wait, is that the dude's house? Because I don't remember the door being green, and I don't remember him.
I don't remember it being a step up. I thought it was the ground level.
Right. So that's why I was like, wait, is this the same house? So I had an issue. She did come out the ground
level. She did not come out of steps.
And it was a white door.
There were no steps. Yeah, you're right. And so if you want to, to your point, Lydia, if it was the back door, that didn't work, and if it was the front door, that didn't work. So it was a totally different house, because she did come out and she fell directly onto grass. She didn't tumble down the stairs. And there was no
fencing area.
No.
When that fight was happening, I was like, Keisha, when he was fighting Ronnie, I was like, Keisha, run up the steps. and go out the door. Like, she was over there trying to pull his eyes out like she was a professional, like Mission Impossible fighter. And I'm like, girl, run out the door. But when she went out, I just kept wondering. I did have questions like you, Sid, and Lydia. I was like, okay, who called the cops? How did they get there? And the whole time I kept wondering, how come nobody's talking to Ronnie? Like, this is a big deal. This is a big deal. A homeless man saved a girl.
Footprints in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Communications in the comments also agrees and says the continuity was definitely off. Yeah, there's so many damn holes. There's so many damn holes. It's like, come on. Ronnie saved the day. We need more. We need them questioning Ronnie. Why'd you go in the house? Where's the arresting officer? They didn't show the body coming out of the house.
He's dead.
They didn't talk about the whole scenario of who this guy is, the significance that
it's an hour show.
Does he work at the school? Like, is it confirmed that he's officially a coach at the track coach at the school? We don't know.
Maybe they're going to tell us.
I'm tired of waiting.
We have to allow the show.
No, we don't.
Allow the show.
We have to point out the holes.
It's an hour show.
I agree. It's an hour show, but I really.
An hour show and a lot of characters.
I was happy when.
What were you happy about?
I just kept wanting somebody from the family to go talk to Ronnie, because it's because of Ronnie that Keisha's out.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, why
that was a great ending scene.
I cried. That's the other time when I cried.
That was great.
I was like,
that was great. That was great.
I cried.
I give you that. I give you that, Lena. I give you that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about who's next on the menu. I got Emmett and Dominique. Okay. Emmett, I'm so Emmett is such a little kid. Emmett is such a boy. First of all, let's talk about Emmett and Dominique going to the owner of the shop to go behind Sonny's back to get the store. Okay, you didn't take anything from that conversation you had with Sonny. You don't feel bad of the ish you put Sonny through. You don't feel bad. So you compound that, you're gonna go and try and take the shop from underneath him.
Yeah, shady. And even Lil Rel was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna take Sonny's shop like that. That'll feel good about that." Oh my God.
You said Little Rel, yo, I love that guy.
I love him.
He came on, I just started laughing.
Yeah.
I was dying laughing.
And I don't care. I don't know what his name is in the shot, but
it don't matter.
I'm gonna call him Lil Rel. His mama name is Lil Rel. I'm gonna call him Lil Rel.
I don't think that the man took you in when nobody else believed in you. Nobody else gave you a chance. He gave you a chance. He didn't say anything when he knew that you were working in his restaurant after hours. He didn't say anything. He allowed you to do your thing, waiting for you to come to him to be honest with him and be a man. He tells you, I saw you as my son and you disappointed me. So then
I had Emmett up here. He got knocked out
and go behind the man's back to steal his business? Steal his business is what you tried to do. No, I got no respect for you, Emmett. No.
Because he's not, I keep saying, he's not mature. He just isn't. He's still a kid and he's selfish and he only about what he can get. He hasn't matured yet. Every time
I think it's the hustler mentality, but I agree with you.
Right, but you can still be mature and be hustler.
You can be a hustler and not be a backstabbing, dirty dog.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, sticking on the dirty dogness. Come on. They've been alluding to this sexual chemistry between the two, Emmett and Dominique, and then it pops off. It pops off not only them having sex, but where they had the sex.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Right after getting the check.
Anybody can walk in. What? Come on, y'all.
less than 2 minutes after Rel left.
That kitchen is not sanitized no more. It's not sanitized.
Rel could have been like, "Oh man, I forgot I didn't sign the check. Let me come and sign the check."
Back in.
Yeah.
And a day after he done looked in Tiff's eyes and said, "I'm never gonna cheat on you again."
After the tarot card reader said you would.
Yeah.
Listen, he's
a dirty dog.
I give it to him for a second. 1 second. He backed off. And Dominic pulled him in. But he's weak.
I mean, we all knew she wanted. We all know she wanted that from day one.
Yeah,
of course.
She wanted that Mandingo. That Mandingo.
I've been hearing about it in these streets. Let me see.
Yeah.
And so we knew it was coming, but like, damn, put up a little bit of a fight.
Yeah.
A little bit. Emmett, come on now. Like he's just trifling. And then him and Tiff in the house lounging. It's like, come on, y'all. Like, get y'all act together. Like the mother gotta get her groove on. Jada gotta get her groove on.
The mother's an enabler. She's an enabler. Y'all got to go.
And her boyfriend told her. Her boyfriend was foreshadowing, was like, they not gonna be. And then now he gotta stay to the end of the year.
Yeah.
But why? Tiff don't got how much money she got from slinging weed? She don't got enough for a deposit and first month on a deposit.
At least they got, they have Emmett gets $3,500 in the $7,000. And so at least he has a little bit of money. He can find something.
Hopefully next next episode that they're like, oh, well, let's get our apartment and get out, mom's house.
He doesn't have to. The mother is an enabler. There's no reason for him to leave.
I don't know what they're doing with their money. I'm sorry. All the diapers and baby food can't be taking all their money.
There is no reason for that man to leave if the mother is an enabler. She's never going to kick him out.
Well, what's you going to say, Lorena?
I was just going to say, I just want to go back to Emmett and Lala. Dominique's sex scene, right? Emmett is, and the more I think about it, he's a nasty, dirty dog. He's up in there raw. He ain't put
that's what we all know that. We all know that about him.
Mamas. We know that already.
I know, but
that's his MO.
No, he's not a dirty dog.
She is.
Dirty dog.
That's her MO.
Because Emmett, don't forget, Emmett is a teenager. Emmett's not an adult. He's a kid.
Right.
She's a grown-ass woman with a house.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That she operate a restaurant
out of. Yeah.
She's grown.
Either way,
she should know better.
She don't know where he was sliding up in the other day.
She know because she said she heard about him in the streets. She ain't stupid. She just wanted hers.
She wanted that Mandingo.
Yes.
Because she heard about his reputation.
And he got her a $7,000 check. So he's like, I'm gonna break you off some.
Yeah.
Emmett didn't do anything he hasn't been doing before.
You're right.
True. You're right.
Okay. Can we talk about Bonnie and Clyde, aka Otis and Rose?
Can we say that Candy is playing the shit out of that role?
Yeah, she's killing it.
Yeah, she is.
Listen, Candy's trying to get her own spinoff, and I'm for it. I'm all for it because every scene that she's in, I'm like, it's Candy. It's the first hour. She's playing.
The way her and it's everything about her. It's the eyes. It's the movement. When she was shaving him and the way she was talking to him, she's playing the hell out of this role.
She did a Sealy on him almost.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Rose.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. I'm very impressed by Candy's acting skills. She's
sorry, Lorena.
Giving it to. No, I'm just saying she's giving it to us.
Yeah, Chrissy in the comments. Yes, she's the best on the show. Yes.
Yeah, and what she's also trying to do is she's still trying to be the wife and the politician behind him, and he is not allowing her to do that. She's trying to protect you, you idiot. But you're not allowing her to do that.
how gangster that we found out that she messed with the female, that she got a little lesbo action. She was
Bananas.
like,
yeah.
I was like, okay.
She said it was only for just a few months.
Yeah. She was like, put that in the back over there. She's like, we over that.
That's why he mad. He can't trust her because he's like, I can't trust you around the ladies. Because
for me, Otis is, I don't know, that they're making his character a little bit weak for me. Like he's getting a little, before he was menacing and he was like terrifying whenever he came on the scene. Now just like, oh, the wife is talking to you any which way. Now we got Jake standing up to you.
Yo,
I see why. Yeah,
because he's not afraid of him anymore.
Well, yes, that is true, but I think Duda, you know how, like, he's believing the whole lie. Like, he's trying to be legit almost. So now he's literally believing that lie. So that's why he's like, okay. Now, and I'm like, no, dude, you still dirty and downright wrong, but he believes his own lie. Like, no, I can be this politician.
I don't know if it's necessarily believing the lie. It's the simple fact that he is trying to be a politician and they're watching him every step of the way. So everything he does, he's under a microscope. So Jake does have the power. Jake does have the power because Jake is right. If you punch me and I have a black eye, how are you going to explain that in the public? Because I can stand next to you and I can, huh?
We black, we know all different ways how to get kids without showing marks.
But that's my point. It's like
what you be doing at home?
No,
without leaving a mark.
Right, Lorena? No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I don't know what kind of home you grew up in.
Okay, we PG tonight. Come on. All right, let's go. Okay, wait. Let's stay on them. Let's pivot to the dinner. Excuse me. Let's pivot to the dinner where we finally get to see Camille and Duda interact with Gemma's dad trying to get the mayoral cosign. And we see the conversation and the personality between the two. And then he eventually goes with Otis. What y'all think about that little exchange?
Oh my God, the patriarchy.
Right, like, and they always try and put in a little. I see with each episode they try and make a little history. When she in her little defense.
Yeah, when she said, "You trying to Shirley Chisholm me?" I was like, "That's right. Let them know." It's like, "Oh, we gonna do the boys club thing again? That's all right." She said, "Cause I am that bitch, and I'm coming for you." And I was like, "Yes. Tell them," or whatever. Really, Gemma dad? Oh, you gonna go with Duda just because you feel like, well, he's more closer to me? Is he really closer to you? Now I'm looking at you side-eyed, Gemma dad. Like, come on, for real? Huh?
It's the boys club.
Well, yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the only reason why he went with him, because it's that boys club. But that's why Camille was like, oh, listen, I ain't going down like that. Y'all gonna see the real bitch come out right now.
But in truth,
sorry. And also, Gemma's father doesn't know how gangster Duba is. Exactly. So in his mind, he just sees the same thing we just talked about. He sees all the softer side, the good stuff, all those type of things. So he thinks he's backing the right horse because he sees all the positive things that he's put out there. He doesn't know any of that back history. He doesn't know the evil side. So that's what he sees. So he's just like, okay, I could ride with this because he reminds him of me. And that's why he's doing it. But he doesn't know that he's not you. He's different. He's evil.
But in true shy fashion, we'll never see Camille again. We'll never see her again.
There you go.
We might.
Am I lying? Shit, that was her exit. You didn't see that was a big dramatic exit? We're not seeing her.
It's going to take a miracle for her because he already said.
That's how they do.
Yeah, he already said, like, yo, I'm doing him.
I don't care about you.
Wait. So when you were talking about the dad, remember right before Kevin got the call that Keisha was in the hospital, the dad was like, "Was you about to fuck my daughter?" I was like,
"Well, we got to get into that now."
Yeah, let's talk.
Gemma's a hot box.
Let's talk about Kevin having an attitude from last episode with Gemma and giving her the cold shoulder and sort of breaking up with her, over that, and then Gemma still trying to pursue him and get him to talk. Gemma is a little lady. She's a little lady.
She
is she though?
Yeah, she's a little lady, and she did what she had to do to keep her man. She's like, okay, talking to him is not going to work, so I got to give him a little peace.
She was like, "You want to come over?"
Talk about it.
Is that what the ladies do, Lorena?
She a little fast. She a little fast.
Not necessarily. No, that is not. Yeah. No, that is not.
I can't relate to that.
Do
because I'm like, I want to know.
No. First of all, she was in that house with the door closed and was like, "Oh, Kevin's here." What? The door is closed? No, that's not even going down in my. When I was
a little boy,
she also seemed really comfortable in telling Kevin, "Oh, don't worry, you'll be okay." Who else you been doing this to, Gemma?
She
How many other people been in that house?
Don't worry, you got my consent. I said, "Oh,
yeah." She's a little extra grown.
Yeah, a little fast.
A little extra grown. Okay, she was trying to make sure he felt, she didn't want him angry anymore she did that little rub on his hand. You want to come to the house, you know what that rub on that hand means. He's like, "Ooh."
And he was like putty in her hands.
Oh my goodness. Wait, I was dying when the father walked in and she said they study in French. He had the biology book, the geometry book upside down in his shirt. The father was like, that's not the French book.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wrong book.
I got to cover my juice because they think I'm sponsoring this liquid when I drink, so I'm covering it.
But I was
take a sip. But can we talk about switching to Big Papa? I feel like, come on, Big Papa.
Everyone call me Big Papa.
He does no wrong.
Yeah. Oh, but wait,
the man. You see how he talked to his father?
When he said, "What kind of heart you got, Dad?" I said, "Oh, what?" Yeah, but where's the lie? Where's the lie?
Where's the lie?
Because he said, "What was that money for?" His father was like, "It was for you to make sure you got what you need." He said, "Well, I got what I need."
Yeah.
Daddy wasn't expecting that.
Papa, the father was like, "I had plans for that money."
And it didn't include you. It didn't include you.
Give that money to them.
Yeah, but it's again, I love how they, play his character. Like he really is a young man that's really good at heart. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's yes, he's just like what's the word I'm looking for? The conscious for Kevin and Jake all of the time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just refreshing to see that they have a young Black man that's like, look, I'm gonna, I have these standards and I'm gonna stick by them.
However, that could have went the wrong way because she did say, "Don't do anything because out of respect for my mom, I don't want her business out there." So that really could have went left.
Right. Yeah. Mom could have been like Penny's mom from Good Times. She could have been an abuser. It could have been all types of stuff. Mm-hmm. You didn't think that for 2 seconds that something else was going on in the house?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When they that something
I did. Else? The way she reacted to when they came into the house and gave the money, I thought that she was going to get it when they left.
Yeah, I thought it
wasn't until after they left and she looked at the money that I saw that nothing was going to happen and she appreciated what they did. But yeah, at first I was like, "Oh, she's in trouble. She's gonna get her ass."
I didn't get the Penny mom thing. What I got was, after they left, if she didn't accept the money, she might have been angry. But I like she's very proud. You know, she doesn't want people helping her, and
I get that now.
You know, I got that from the beginning. I didn't think that she was
too.
You know,
I didn't think that it was a Penny situation. Yeah. I just figured she was going to be pissed off at Maisha.
Right. Because Maisha was very, you know, she was like chill. Like, even though she wasn't like, she didn't have that tense, you know, that tense where you feel like this kid is being abused. Like, she was just very chill. She was like, I told you not to, but she not in the way. She didn't say it in a way where she was scared. Mm-hmm. Way like, well, why are you telling my mom's business? I told you not to. That kind of thing. So I didn't get that sense from her mother, but I felt her mom. She has never experienced, at least the way I took it, that type of graciousness. Because you saw how her hands were shaking.
Right.
You know, that was just very deep. She's never experienced that. And I was actually glad Big Papa did that for her family.
Yeah. Right.
So, okay. So this is the part where we talk about how we felt about it overall and we give a little rating. And so, what y'all feeling about this episode? How y'all feel? Lydia, what you think? What that head wrap thinking?
I am going to give it a 3.75 because there were a lot of issues for me. Like, I did have issues with
the police.
Yeah, the Keisha thing. Like, I just was like, wait, what's this and what's that? And yes, where the police at? Who called the police? Well, they just showed up.
Police.
So for me, 3.75.
Okay, Ryan.
I give it a 3. It was cool. There was just the Keisha thing had a couple of holes in it for me. Just overall, I thought it was a decent episode tonight. I give it a 3.
And L.
I'm actually gonna go and give it a 4, and the reason why I'm giving it a 4 is because I was touched by the whole Keisha storyline, where I cried quite a few times, and I was definitely moved by it all. I was moved by Keisha, her mom, by Kevin, by Ronnie, and so I'm going to give it a 4. And I thought the girl that plays Keisha, she acted the shit out of that hostage role, and even in the hospital, even when she was just looking at her fingers.
Yes.
You know, I thought she was phenomenal in it. So I'm going to give it a 4.
Yeah. Come to think.
Better. Go ahead.
Brian.
I think I'm probably giving it a 3, 3.1, 3.2. Yeah, for the same reasons. And I feel like this show was overlooked in the Emmys, not for overall show, but for performances. You know, like you said, Keisha did her thing this season. It's still not over.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna see how she progresses through the rest of the episodes and the trauma sets in. So I'm looking forward to her range in her recovery. But okay, that was The Shy.
All right.
Next on deck we have Tijuana Jackson, Purpose Over Prison. Lyd?
Yes. So, released from prison and placed on probation, Tijuana Jackson sets out to fulfill his dream of becoming a world-renowned motivational speaker, but fails to comply with strict orders from his no-nonsense probation officer. Chasing a life-changing opportunity, he violates his parole, flees his jurisdiction, abandoning his family and community in the process, facing more jail time and cut off from the only support system he's ever had. TJ must master the art of achieving selfless success through serving his community or fail miserably serving time.
Mm-hmm. Middle finger to the judges, because I ain't no problem.
What?
Process Caitlyn Jenner, because there's a lot of bitch niggas that's still in denial. Yeah, I dump on that.
Oh God! Did you pull out the next tape?
They call me Boomerang Dick. I come on back.
What's going on here?
They going out for the limelight. I'm going in like 2 fingers on prom night. I get my inspiration from my folks and ancestors. Me and my family stick together like the thighs on Precious. Bob.
Was this in the movie?
That's that
That's the opening of Tijuana Jackson. Okay.
You are a mess.
This is the opening of Tijuana Jackson.
You are a mess.
I know. We had a little preview, a little side talk. I know how you all feel, but I have to get out how I feel real quick. Okay, before we get started. First of all, the film is written and produced, written and directed by Romney Malco, who is from Think Like a Man, all those movies. We love him, and this was that funny, that comedy, that dry humor, that Office type of comedy where it's filmed in a way that it's a reality show is from that point of view. And so it's very dry and very subtle. And I really liked it. I laughed and I watched it a second time, believe it or not. I watched it a second time and I laughed even harder. I did. I really liked the job. Look at their faces. Look at their faces. Really good.
I'm gonna.
Go. Here we go. Go.
Okay. All right. So I can't say it was a standout. There were some moments where I did laugh. Right. For me, the standout was by far Tammy Roman, who blew me away. With her,
Tammy plays his sister.
Yes, Cherie.
Mom.
Yes, and little Eric, her son, little Eric. Yo, Tammy. Every scene Tammy was in.
Yes,
I was cracking up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes, it was okay. First of all, I'm not gonna go through the order of the film. But did y'all catch the little moment before he got out of prison? They're doing the cameras are following him, and he's in the shower. Did y'all catch that scene?
Yeah, I saw
it. The bar was real long. Okay.
You know what?
Okay, sir.
Oh my God, y'all have to watch the movie to get this point because I want y'all to support the film. But oh my God, it's little subtleties like that were hilarious. Brian.
Me? I'm sorry, y'all. I tried twice. I just didn't care. I the first time I fell asleep, I woke up, I fell asleep again, and then I tried to watch it again today, and I found myself on my phone in the kitchen. I didn't care. I liked The Office. I didn't want to see The Office in a movie. And that part started to bother me in the beginning, and then it just went downhill for me from there. So, but I do agree with you, Lorena. I thought Tammy was exceptional the times that I did see her when I was paying attention. But the overall movie itself, I didn't care. I'm sorry.
Okay, Lydia.
This was weirdly interesting.
Yes.
I turned it on, and about 40 minutes in, I put it on pause and took a nap because I was going and I said, listen, I can't. I want to pay attention. So I took a 20-minute power nap, woke up, put it back on, and I finished watching it. Now, yes, were there points where I did laugh? Yes, there was. Tammy, yes. Tammy, she did. Every scene she did, I did laugh. And that little boy was on point.
The faces he made.
He was on point. Yeah. Yeah, he was on point. So I'm glad that they were on point like that, because honestly, like throughout the whole film, like even Regina Hall, sometimes I would laugh at stuff that she said. I pretty much, kind of watched it just like,
are you kidding? First of all, Regina Bell. What?
Regina Hall.
Regina Hall. Not Regina Bell.
I know.
It was definitely an interesting concept, right? Like he's banking his money on like being this motivational speaker with, and going to this Toastmasters. First of all, sorry. The Toastmasters thing made me laugh because Toastmasters is like such a throwback.
Yes.
Toastmasters reality show.
Are they even open still?
No, they still do Toastmasters.
I know.
Tanya in the box in the comments, her and I went to Toastmasters at Columbia University like maybe a year or two ago. They still do it.
It's just funny that he mentioned the Toastmasters reality show. I was just that whole thing. And I don't know, like I didn't really like Tijuana Jackson per se. Like,
you didn't like him?
I didn't like the character. Like
what?
It was cool.
I like Joanna Man better.
I like Sheree. I like Sheree.
Stop saying that.
Joanna Man.
Stop.
Joanna Man. From back in the days. Anyway, I'm sorry, Lorena. Go ahead.
He wasn't in this movie.
In my mind, he was. In my dreams, when I was watching Tijuana, I was watching Joanna Man.
He ain't right. Go ahead, Lorena.
I just thought it was an interesting concept. They had this, they were filming this documentary that was supposed to be 10 minutes, and it turns out to be much longer.
But then we got that heartfelt, that real speech that he gave.
Yes.
The white girl / Asian. That wasn't funny. They kept calling her white the whole movie. You gotta offer the white people no juice.
They were like, "Come on, white girl. We get ready to sit down for dinner. Come on, white girl."
Well, I'm sorry I missed all of this.
Yes, 17 minutes.
I tried. I gave the attempt twice.
For me, the movie is something that, like, you know how when you watch Soul Plane, it was terrible in the theaters, but now you can watch Soul Plane over and over again. For me, this movie,
I can watch that thing all the way through.
You can't watch it?
Soul Plane was hilarious. I laughed the first time.
I could watch this movie over and over again. If it's just on, I'll watch it.
No, not me.
The second watching of this movie, I was in tears.
Never again. I've never watched Soul Plane, and I will never watch this movie again.
People, executive producers, shout out to James Lopez and Will Packer. I think I gave this movie a thumbs up. I loved it. So
you heard.
And if he smoked one more cigarette, I was gonna be like,
that was a running joke. I loved it.
What was, first of all, why did he have that payphone and that
toilet? Can we talk about his bedroom? Can we talk about the sister's bedroom? Right? The sister's bedroom was set up like a jail cell. It had a toilet in the middle of the room.
But that was his own room. So he had his own room set up like that. She was sitting on the toilet when
she would go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. The son was like, "I can't live in this room with you, Ma." How about the producer coming to the window and giving him
Yo, the cell phone. And wait. When he showed up at Regina Hall's house with those
oh my God, that's what I'm talking about. It was funny.
There were points that were funny.
I have to say, from Tanya's comment.
What Tanya say?
From Tanya's comment in the box, Tanya, you're right. The message was good, but it takes a while to keep with the movie. And the The reason why I went back to watch the movie was when I woke up at the end, I was like, oh, there's a message to this that looks like it's good. And that's why I went back to revisit it.
And it made me laugh. I was laughing from beginning to end.
I chuckled quite a few times.
Okay, you didn't chuckle when he came out of jail for the first time and he went to his mother's house and it was a forest.
No, I ain't chuckled about that. No, you know what made me chuckle? What made me chuckle was he was telling them.
I don't want to stand in this episode. You're gonna make me get a cramp in my stomach.
He told the producer, "Yo, everybody, they doing a block party because you know everybody loves me. You know, when I get out, I mean, I ain't even supposed to know about the block party, but that's what they gonna have. You already waiting for me outside. They already waiting for me. He got outside when nobody waiting. Nobody.
You got it. So when the crew is saying, "Okay, we leaving," he said, "Oh no. He goes to the Asian girl. You fuck black guys."
Oh yeah, Tanya said.
Right, that was in the beginning. You saw that.
Wait, Tanya said his dog in prison. That made me laugh too. The rescue dog. Yeah, he was. You gotta feed him half a Nutri-Grain.
Okay. This is how I was watching it. This is how I was watching it. I was dying laughing. I was
watching it.
Ryan is so
no, seriously.
Okay, watch party. Make the decision for yourself. Give the movie a chance. Give the brother a watch. Go watch it and laugh or not laugh for yourself. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah, I say
all the way through.
Yes, I say watch it too. Just support him or whatever. There are points, yes, where you chuckle here and there, whatever. But it's like
don't make me.
I say if you're tired, it's a perfect nap movie.
You can definitely get a good nap on it. But no, talking about it with y'all now.
Yes, we should have watched it together. Me and you.
Maybe we should have.
Why you ain't include me though?
Here we go. On our next show, we're reviewing. On that note,
wait. So we don't get to give our reviews of it, our numbers.
I just said let's rate it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Okay, so go ahead, Brian. What do you think of it, Brian?
1.
Okay, Lydia, what you think of it? We already know his review. Oh, I'm getting a cramp. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't make me laugh harder. I can't.
Oh my gosh. I was gonna give it a 2, but now I gotta give it a 2.75.
You might as well give it a 4.
No. We're not doing a 4. 2.75.
We should watch it again and come back next week.
You know what?
I think I'll be on vacation.
You gonna watch it again, Sid.
Stop. You know what, Sid? Tanya in the comments said talking about it makes it funnier, and she's right.
You're right. Yes, it does.
I was talking about it to myself. That's why it was so funny.
All right, let me get my rating. I'm gonna give it a 2.5.
There you go.
What? Even after we talked about it?
There you go.
It's a 2.5.
You are shady.
There she goes.
You said 2.5. Oh, I thought you said 0.5.
Me too. I thought you said 0.5.
Oh, okay.
You know you round that 0.5 up to 3, so she gave it a 3. Brian, what you got?
Okay, I take it back then, Lorena.
Brian gave it a 1.
Okay, Brian gave it a 1. Okay. Oh, okay.
Because Brian didn't watch it. He didn't see the whole thing.
Woo. Y'all wipe it out. This, as you can see, watch party. We going in tonight. This is the extra producer. The producers love this. They love this.
I see.
Anyway. Woo, okay. Down to the Queen. Queen B. Queen B delivered a force, a movie, a film, a piece of art, like a timeless. I'm not going to get into my opinion just yet, but Queen Bee came out with Black is King, and through the Disney streaming service, which was the musical adaptation of the soundtrack to The Lion King that came out in 2019. This was phenomenal. Lorena, please give us a little break.
What do I need to say after that?
Give us your 2 cents, please.
So for me, I'm not someone who actually I didn't see The Lion King, the last movie, and I didn't hear that Lion King The Gift album.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised.
I actually never even heard that it existed. So what? For me, I never heard.
Easy.
I never heard that.
Your son didn't talk about it?
Taylor didn't even want to. He didn't even want to watch The Lion King the remix. He didn't even want to see that. He was like, "What? No, I don't want to see that."
Wow, so, I'm surprised.
So yeah, Black is King.
Okay. You want us to go into it?
Oh no! I mean, you already said directed, written, executive singer Beyonce. The film is a visual companion to the 2019 album The Lion King: The Gift, a recording Queen Bee curated for the Lion King remake. And Black Empowerment is the star of Beyonce's new visual film. It's a 90-minute reclamation of heritage and power that touched down Friday morning on Disney Plus, as you mentioned. And it kind of explores the history and the legacy of the Black diaspora, and it weaves like creative scenarios. They have a young African prince who is cast out from his family into an unforgiving world. So that's kind of a quick synopsis of it. Yeah, Black is King.
I want to go around the room. We really got to go into this one. I want to go around the room and get your feeling. What is your overall take from this? And we can pull out highlights and different things, but I just want to get your overall feeling for it. B.
I thought visually it was stunning. First of all, it saddened me because of this damn COVID. I was supposed to be going to South Africa for my birthday. So seeing all the visuals of being in Africa, saddened me a little bit because I can't go this year. But needless to say, Beyonce there's a lot of beauty shots. And sometimes I felt like some of the beauty shots could have been taken back just a little bit of this individual beauty shots is what I'm talking about. But as a body, it was phenomenal to watch. It was just incredible to see. The dancing, of course, was just incredible. To have Lupita Nyong'o in there, the supermodel, the African supermodel from back in the days when we all grew up.
Naomi?
Bald head. No, not Naomi. Yeah. The other one, yeah. To see her in there I was elated to see her in there because she's one of my favorite models. Sorry, I can't remember her name, unfortunately. Naomi Campbell, just the cameos that were in there, the visual shots, the scene, the history of Africa and the telling of the Lion King incorporated into there as well with the narration. It was visually just beautiful. Hats off to Beyonce because she keeps bringing it every single time with these visual albums. And just when you think that she can't top herself with another visual album, she does it again. And each one is completely different than the last one. So kudos to Beyonce. She's the queen.
Lydia, how you feel?
So I felt that it was artistically beautiful. The photography was beautiful. I love seeing our Black folk in there, all different shades and everything. I love seeing like the vibrant colors against, Black skin. It was beautiful. The locations that they had, all beautifully done. beautifully done. I always give her credit for being innovative and creative. I give her credit for that because she does. She takes risks and she steps out and she does these things. And it's just like, wow, that's great. I did feel that because the artistic part of it, the visual part of it, and the symbolism of it was so over the top, I got lost in that and totally forgot, wait, what? So
I can see that. I can see that.
What's the purpose of this? Oh, wait a minute. It's the Lion King adaptation or reimagined. Okay, but I didn't get that at all because it was so opulent, so over the top, so visually and I was just, and then at one point I was like, does she have an African accent? Do I hear an accent? Like, is she trying to have I don't know. Like, it was a lot thrown in there. So that for me, it just got lost. Like, what's the purpose of this? So it got lost.
Darina, anything?
I have to agree with Lydia. I actually, to be quite honest, I would have preferred if they took the dialogue from The Lion King out. And if this was just a visual album talking about Black is King and the diaspora of Africa and how, like, Beyonce says, bless the body born celestial, beautiful in dark matter. Black is the color of my true skin's love. Coils and hair catching centuries of prayer spread through smoke. You are welcome to come home to yourself. Let Black be synonymous with glory. Like, that whole storyline in itself about Black being synonymous with glory was enough. I got lost. Like, I kept trying to figure out, like, well, okay, the baby's in the basket going down the river. The boy is walking into the warehouse and he sees the man with the snake. I got so confused. It was hard for me to keep up with the level, like the different levels of storylines that were happening. And I didn't know when Beyonce was on the beach, like, was she the mother? Was she Mother Earth? Was she nature? And it was really hard for me to follow. I loved the music. I loved. And I don't know if any of this music was in the other Lion King with Pharrell. Was any of the music?
There was two new songs that were added to this re-release of the soundtrack. I can't remember which song. I think the Pharrell song might be one, and then
the Pharrell is the original song.
Okay. But one is a remix, and then something else.
Yeah. And I loved the song, which reminded me of the India Ari when she talked about Blackness, the Beyonce song where she had Kelly Rowland and Naomi Campbell. I mean, Brian kind of talked about this a little bit, but talking about how your skin is beautiful. And she had just the beautiful variations of Black skin, the women in particular. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was just hard to follow. Like, one minute she was on a horse, the next minute she was on the ladder, and her hair was like Crystal Gale, way down. Why was her hair that long? I was like, why's her hair that long?
It was beauty shots. It's all about Beyonce. It's beauty shots.
I mean, I get that, but it was like that wrapped into Black being synonymous with glory. Like, I really wish like that storyline just would have just played out a lot more, and they could have taken the Lion King out for me. I could care less about that storyline, to be honest.
Well, okay. This was when the Lion King came out last year. The Lion King has a theatrical score, right? They have the score, and then there's the Gift, which was the Beyonce album that was a companion to the film. This Black is King is a renaming of that album, basically. So what she did is I equate this to Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson came out with Thriller way back years ago, the album came out. It was a big success for about a year, and then Michael released the Thriller video a year after, and it blew up again. And so I think Beyonce took a script from that and created the visuals a year later and put out the same album. So it's sort of a misleading of the promotion thinking it's a standalone film with a theme. This is basically, it's just pure art. And it's just visuals to the soundtrack. So if you listen to the music, you can't take the Lion King out of it or the passages out of it, because that is the music on the CD or the album. And so all he did was make a visual for every song, including the interludes on the album. So that's what it is. And so it's not a story that is told from beginning to end in that literal sense. It's artistic, and it's scenes taken from the movie and adapted to she took the visuals and adapted it to that. And so it's sort of, you got to take it for song and not a fluid line.
Right. Thing. So can I say something?
Absolutely.
So here's what, yes, I totally get that, Sid. And I did get that. Like, I thought to myself and said, wow, this is like a coffee table picture book. And you just pick it up and it's beautiful, and you flip the page.
Yes.
And not necessarily, but even within something like that, so now you explain, like, okay, there's not necessarily a congruent theme through it, or storyline rather, which I get that, but I do feel like it still was so over the top, even with the artistic part of it, that I would not like it. I strayed away from the fact that, okay, the songs are coming to life in this, sort of visual representation of that album. Like, I even joked and I said to myself, wow, if this must be what, like, an acid trip is, because you literally went from this scene to that scene, then it was celestial, then she was just like the star, the moons, the this, the that, and I am the river. And I felt like I should have been in the New Yorican spoken word cafe, just going like and burning incense. And it was just,
I agree with Lydia. I agree with Lydia. It didn't flow properly for me. It was all over the place. Like, I was trying to stick with the story. And
think about it. Think about it like when you're listening to the album, when you're listening to music, you create images in your brain. And that's all it is. It's just the images from the song, and it's not so much A, B, C, D.
No.
Yeah, I think Beyonce,
even the images should have some sort of connection to
I agree with Sydney, because I didn't feel like it needed a connection per se. It wasn't Lemonade, it wasn't Beyonce. She was telling a story in both of those. I didn't expect a story to come out of this. I expected pretty much what I got, which was something visual just to portray the songs. I didn't expect I was actually surprised when she was doing some narrating, because I didn't really think that a story was going to come out of this, because I knew it was just the interpretations of the song from The Lion King. But real quick, one thing I do have to shout out, or one person who I do have to shout out, is Blue Ivy, because Blue Ivy was such a star in
beautiful
this.
Little girl.
She was
watching her develop
over this. Yeah, we really are watching her develop. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it, and that she's on the album.
Mm-hmm.
That scene that she had a little spotlight is on the album.
Beautiful little girl. Gosh, she's growing up so beautifully.
So many favorite like songs and moments. I really loved. That was one of my favorite albums last year. So when I'm watching it, I actually stood up. I watched it at 3 a.m. Friday night. So I was up and I was waiting. I was like, okay, is the internet gonna crash? Is it gonna actually play? Because I was listening to the new Brandy album, B7. And because that came out at midnight, and so I said, okay, I'll just listen to this until I get to Beyonce. So Beyonce came on, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh my god, that's not how I envisioned the song would be. Look at it, look at the images. It just made me feel like I got the feeling of Black Panther when I watched it. It was like, look at the beauty in our people. Look at the styles. Look at the colors. Look how they're making African garb looked fly as shit. Like I felt so prideful watching it, and she just made it look like, yo, I want to go get my dashiki again and get my outfits together. I was like, yo, this is so fly. That's what I felt from each of the scenes. So it wasn't as AJ in the box or producers was saying it's ego run amok. Not for me. Like I expected nothing less from Beyonce. Let them other chicks give you mediocre or give you a literal interpretation of a song. Nah, I expect Beyonce to take me to another place. Don't do what everybody else is doing. You know, she unapologetically gave us Black. She did it. She did it again. She did it at the Super Bowl. She gave us Black Panther. The Black Panthers at the Super Bowl under our noses, and she did it again. She elevated again. She outdid herself.
No doubt.
And to your point, Sydney, watching it for me, because we are in the music industry and everything like that, it made me miss the fact that we're not having any shows or concerts this year, because I was getting a sense that this would be so dope on the road and in the stadiums where she would do it. The only song for me that she didn't do as well as I thought she was going to do is Jealousy, because Jealousy is my favorite song off of that album. And I thought Jealousy was going to be like a big dance thing. Like I wanted dancers and like really go at it. I still loved it, but I thought it was going to be more, because Jealousy is such a high intense song that I thought it was going to be more of a dance piece. But no, I agree with you. And for me, it made me miss the fact that there's no Live Nation shows, there's no concerts, there's no place for us to go and see any of this stuff. To be transformed in front of a live audience. So
something else that I missed Michelle. And I missed Solange.
Yes.
Michelle who? That girl?
I saw Solange. Yes.
Why y'all keep talking about this Michelle girl? She was never that important. Oh. Jesus.
I just said
about Kelly.
If we're gonna see Kelly, I expect to see Michelle.
Yeah, I did too.
Kelly is a star. Michelle is not a star.
Solange was there when they had on the red. I'm gonna tell you if you let me. When they had on the red suits, when they were laying on the ground, Solange is in that scene.
Okay, I gotta rewind.
Solange always has such different looks anyway. You can't spot Solange out in a lineup.
Because I feel that Beyonce took Michelle Solange's whole style. Like to me, this is Solange all day.
Solange.
This is Solange. Like to me, Solange is the inspiration for all this artistic expression.
Yeah.
I expected her to be all up in there.
Yeah.
Well, we all know,
I missed her.
We all know Beyonce likes to take other people's things. Make it her own.
Okay, I'm gonna need the Beehive to swarm. I need the Beehive to go on his IG page and get it. How dare you?
I am a true. I love Jay-Z. So when Jay-Z came on the scene,
that was fine. That was fine.
Yeah,
that was fine.
Smooth.
Yeah,
that was fine.
I got up and I was like, yes. Like I was at a concert. I was like,
that whole scene, like when they went back to, I would say, the city, urban life, and the scene in the street with the cars and the people. Like it was just like, oh my God, this shit is so fly. I want a movie this way. Like the way you remember how Belly was shot with the colors and the blue and it was vibrant. Right. I want a movie in Africa shot this way in modern day with that flyness.
But that's what you do it.
That's what I
put it together.
Let's go.
Put it together.
Come on, Lydia with the head wrap. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yo, no, seriously, said like that was the one thing that definitely like I loved. And I loved just how she featured African artists. And that was like, oh my God, this is so wonderful.
So dope. Yeah.
It was so wonderful.
And all the designers, all the clothing that you saw was from African design. I'm not African, Black
Black designers.
Black designers.
Yeah. So in that respect, like I loved it. Of course, anytime that we get celebrated like that, and showcased like that, of course,
the entire world was watching Black Panther 2, basically.
And it's so funny because I remember when Beyonce, the earlier years of Beyonce, she was always criticized for not being Black enough. That she never embraced her roots enough.
Black. She was always black.
Always was. She always was. That's why I never understood why people went at her like that.
Like, to me, Beyonce's music becomes popular, but she makes hood records to me. Bugaboo, all the topic, like Pat Your Hair, all that is urban ghetto lyrics, but because it's her and her style and her popularity, it becomes popular music. But her music is hood all day. So she was always black. She didn't just become black from day one.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's why I never understood that when people used to come at her like that. I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? The girl's black all day, every day.
Black all day.
She's from Houston. She's a proud Houston girl.
She brought the Black Panthers to the Super Bowl. You don't get any blacker than that.
The HBCU to Coachella.
They didn't even know what they were watching. They thought it was a Michael Jackson tribute.
No, people did know what they was watching. When I saw this Black is King, I was like, oh yeah, they gonna come after Beyonce now, because after the Super Bowl performance, white people were saying that she was racist. A black supremacist.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, she giving them something to talk about, Black.
And she hasn't backed down since. She hasn't backed down. Of course not.
That's right. That's right. You know what I'm saying?
Nor should she.
That's right. She shouldn't. She should not.
I mean, we can. I can rant and rave about the damn Black is King till the sun comes up. I thoroughly enjoy it. I think. And I don't know what you're talking about with the Jamana. On that note, I'll kick it off with the rating. I'll give this. I'm going to give this a 4.8. Okay, don't rush to give me a rating.
I didn't know who you were throwing it to.
No, I jumped in.
I'm gonna give it a 3.75.
Oh, Beehive.
Warm on her. Oof. Hope you don't get stung tonight.
First of all,
I give it.
That's my rating.
Okay.
Not for the Beehive, it ain't.
Beehive is on your ass.
I give it about a 4.5. I give it 4.5. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought visually it was stunning. And I like the soundtrack, so just to see it come alive as her past projects, just to see it visually is always such a special treat. So I thought it was stunning.
Lit?
Yes, I thought it was stunning. It's beautiful. Black representation. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I am going to have to give it a 3.75 too.
A 3.75?
Yes.
Yeah, wow. That's her rating.
Thank you.
Don't tell us. Tell the Beehive.
And she said it.
Whatever.
Mine too.
Beehive, that is Lydia and Larina.
This is the one and done for me.
Swarm on the left side.
They're going to swarm on you too, Brian.
One and done for me. I watched this one time.
I don't need to see it again. I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that was a great show tonight. I think it doesn't get any blacker than that. Blacker than that. But so that was our rendition of the watch party tonight on the Hit List Network. Come back first. If you like what you see, y'all like and subscribe to our channels. Just take 2 seconds right now. like the page so we can get, more engagement and more attention on our little channel here. And subscribe. Come on back. Come on back to our little show. Subscribe. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. If you don't catch it, come back and watch our show in the reruns. Just type in Watch Party Hit List Network. All right? Come on back, y'all. Peace out.
Peace out.
You said